Hi, in this video I'm sharing with you my strategy to implement new habits. So let me tell you first the context of how I came up with this idea, because it was during the birth of my daughter. And the story is that my wife, before the labor, she decided to do a normal labor, so no C-section. And she was instructed to choose some comfortable clothes to wear when she was going to be prepared to go. The thing is, they don't say that when it's time, it's quite rush and you don't really have time to choose what nice clothes you want to wear. And what happens that when the time came, she actually didn't want the clothes that she had chosen before. It was itchy, it was not comfortable. So she actually went to my wardrobe and she got the first comfortable thing that she saw. And this was this t-shirt. So this t-shirt is probably around 10 years old now, we're almost that. And it will never leave my house because it's part of her history now. This was the t-shirt that she was wearing when she was in labor of my daughter. I thought it was actually amazing because she was going through all that pain, all the effortful process of labor. Wearing weakness is not an option. This gave me such a great insight because at that moment this was so true. She didn't have the option to be weak. And I think that, at least that's for me, and I think for a lot of people it's like this as well. What jeopardizes the implementation of new habits is the self-talk. It's when we start to try to convince ourselves to do whatever we decide to do. So if I decided to run, before running, I will start a conversation with myself, kind of, ooh, it's time to run. But I'm tired today, I did so much. Do I have time enough to run now? Will I be too tired to do the next thing? So there start those internal chats. And I must say, this is our minds trying to convince ourselves to not do it. Because it's a change of habits, it's a change of our comfort zone. It's something that our minds don't like, which is change. So from this experience, what I came up with is that to really implement a new habit, you have to make it not an option. No optional. You don't need to take a decision every time you have to do your new habit. You will not have this internal conversation trying to convince yourself to do it. So if you want to run, running is something that you do. You don't have to talk about it. If it's at 6 a.m., you wake up and you go and run. You don't have to think about, oh, am I too tired to do that? Will I have time enough? Will I be too tired for the day? Nothing of that. You just stand up, go and do it. But for that to happen, and that's the key point, you have to incorporate this even identity that that's something that I do. And I don't need to think about it. Think just like brushing your teeth. I think, at least I imagine that most of you who are watching me do not stay on the couch debating, should I brush my teeth today or should I just go to bed? I brushed my teeth yesterday anyways. I brushed my teeth when I woke up anyways. So you don't enter this debate. You just go there and do it. Another thing is that there are studies that show that we actually have an amount of willpower. And every time that we do something that is, let's say, against our will, we are, let's say, withdrawing from this willpower account. And once it's depleted, it's really hard to do something that is not what we want. So I would say that's why usually late nights is when we most likely give up on watching more Netflix than we should, or eating more than we should, because we kind of already used our whole willpower account for the day. So how to apply that? Whatever you want to implement in your life, whether it's reading, running, anything that you want to put as a new habit for you, make it not an option. They're not optional, they're something that you do. That's the way to not even enter the internal chat phase. And if you notice the internal chat starting, you just stop it. So no, I don't need to debate. I don't need to convince myself. I need to do it. I hope this helps, and I see you next time. Bye.